Hello, and welcome to the Bloomfield School District Online Registration System. This is the fifth and last of 5 brief videos to help you prepare for and use the online registration system. Detailed written directions are also available on the registration website. There are 5 steps to the registration process: preparing to register, scanning documents, completing a registration request, creating a parent portal account and/or adding a new student to an existing parent portal account, completing online forms. Please be sure to follow up each step in order. This video provides information on Step 5, completing online forms. Before completing any forms, you should have already obtained the required documents, scanned and saved them in a folder on a drive on your computer or a cloud drive, completed a registration request, and set up a parent portal account. If you missed any of these steps, please go back and complete them first before filling out any of the online registration forms. Written and video directions are available for each step on the registration website. First, you must set your form preferences. Using a browser, not the PowerSchool app, log into the parent portal at bloomfieldnj.powerschool.com. Click on Forms in the menu on the left side. Click on the gear wheel icon in the upper right corner. Under Enable Parent Notifications, select Yes, and then enter the email address where you wish to receive the notifications. We strongly recommend you use the same email address you used when you created your account. You can also enter multiple email addresses separated by a comma. You can optionally select a default language for forms. When finished, click Save. Note that if you don't turn on parent notifications, you can only see the status of your forms by logging back into the parent portal and going to the Forms page. You will not receive any other emails or calls if you don't turn notifications on. When you click on the Forms link in the parent portal, you will see 6 forms you must complete and have approved to fully complete the registration process. 2.0a, Terms of Agreement; 2.0b, Student Information; 2.0c, Previous Enrollments and Record Release; 2.0d, Student Contacts; 2.0e, Student Health Information; 2.0f, Home Language Survey. On the Forms page, you can see a status for each form. Empty means you have not yet submitted the form. Pending means you have submitted the form and are waiting for us to process the form. Approved means your submitted form is complete. Rejected means your submitted form has an issue that requires you to log back in and resubmit with the indicated corrections. Specific tips for completing each form appear later in this video. If you turned on parent notifications in the form settings, you will receive an email for each form indicating the result, either approved or rejected. If a form is rejected, the email will explain why it was rejected and the action you need to take before resubmitting the form. If you did not turn on parent notifications, you can see the status of the forms by logging into the parent portal and clicking on Forms. If a form has been rejected, click on that form and you will see a message that indicates why it was rejected and the action you need to take before resubmitting the form. If a form is rejected, the overall registration is not able to move forward, so we recommend trying to resubmit with the required corrections as soon as possible. If you are registering multiple children, you need to fill out each form for each child. If you prepared all the documentation ahead of time, it generally takes about 15 to 30 minutes to complete all 6 forms for one student. If you are completing a form that requires documents to be uploaded and see a button that says Sign In instead of Add Document, log out and back in. This generally fixes the problem in most cases. If you're using an Apple device with Safari, please see the Safari settings section on the Preparing to Register page to make sure your settings are correct. When filling out the forms, please fill them out in the order they appear. Some of the forms require previous forms to be approved first before they can be processed and approved. Form 2.0A, Terms of Agreement. This form requires you to acknowledge particular terms for 4 areas. General terms for registering and using the online registration system. Acceptable use policy for using technology in the Bloomfield schools. Chromebook policy for using district-provided Chromebooks. And a publicity and media release. If your child is in grade 11 or 12, there is one additional optional area for the denial of information release. Please read each section carefully and check the required boxes. The checkbox areas are highlighted in yellow. Form 2.0B, Student Information. In this form, you'll enter information related to your child, including basic demographic information, proofs of residency, and any legal custody arrangements. You will need to upload a number of documents in this section. If you have not yet obtained or scanned documents, please make sure you do before starting the form. You will not be able to submit the form without the required documentation. Required information is marked with a red asterisk. Form 2.0C, Previous Enrollment and Records Release. If you are enrolling a student in school for the first time, usually for kindergarten, answer no for the first question and submit the form. For students who have ever been enrolled in any school anywhere previously, please make sure you complete all of the required information marked with a red asterisk. If you have any of the required school records, please upload them in the document section. For students with IEPs or 504 plans, you will be contacted by someone to either provide those documents to us later, or we will obtain those documents from the previous school via the records release on this form. Form 2.0D, Student Contacts. Student contacts are adults associated with your child, including parents, legal guardians, and emergency contacts. Note that a parent or legal guardian who lives with a child is not considered an emergency contact. Emergency contacts are only called when we cannot locate parents in an emergency. Parents are always contacted first in an emergency. When you first open the form, there will already be a contact created for you or whoever completed the registration request. Click on the button and complete the information. The button may appear as a pencil or possibly just 3 dots. Answer no for emergency contact. If there is another parent or legal guardian who also lives with the student, click Add to add that person and complete all of the required information. Again, answer no for emergency contact. Click Add 3 more times to add at least 3 additional emergency contacts and complete all of the required information for each. Emergency contacts are people we can call in the event we cannot reach a parent in an emergency. Emergency contacts do not necessarily need to live nearby, but should be able to facilitate contacting you if we are unable to reach you. Please include a working phone number for all contacts. Only these adults should indicate yes for emergency contact. When this form is completed, at minimum, there should be at least one parent or legal guardian and 3 emergency contacts listed. Form 2.0E, Student Health Information. Before starting this form, make sure you have your physician complete the Bloomfield Health Office form, including immunizations. This form is available on the Preparing Documents page of the registration website, and more information can be found on the Preparing Documents page. Once complete, scan the signed form to a drive. You will not be able to submit the Student Health Information form without uploading the signed Bloomfield Health Office form. You also will not be able to save any entries you make on the online form unless the Health Office form is uploaded. If your child has a current 504 or health plan, please make sure you provide all relevant information regarding the plan where indicated on this form. Form 2.0F, Home Language Survey. If your child only speaks English, enter English for the first question, add yes for the second question, and submit the form. If your child speaks another language, complete the remaining questions. Assuming you completed the forms in order, the Home Language Survey is the last form. Parents typically receive responses to the forms within 2 school days, usually quicker. For high school registrations, once all of the forms are approved, you will be contacted to come to the high school to complete schedule requests in person. If you require assistance with this or any other step in the process, please refer to the General Information page on the registration website for contact information.